Good morning, ladies. Oh, dang. Wow, okay. Good morning, Andrews. Come on, you can do that. Good morning, Andrews. Okay, thank you. Welcome to our speech day. This is the day where you get to hear your candidates for the next AUSA officers. And so I just encourage you to pay attention to detail and everything. And today we're going to do something different that we haven't done ever, is that we're going to start voting right after the speeches. So you might want to pay attention to what's going on in here. Before we begin, please close your eyes and let's say a quick word of prayer. Dear Father in heaven, I just want to thank you so much for the many blessings you give us, one being the blessing of leadership. And God, I pray that you be with each and every one of these candidates as they speak up today. And especially for the people who will be voting, that God, you will direct every decision that's made here today. God, I pray that you will bless this whole process and help us to always put you first in everything we do. In your name we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Hi, Andrews. Before we begin, just a quick announcement. How many of you remember Cody 2012 from last year? Remember that whole campaign about child soldiers? Well, that was just one method of raising awareness of the use of children in armed forces and groups. Today's February 12th is also known as Red Hand Day, and the United Nations, UNICEF, and the Coalition to Stop the Use of Child Soldiers recognizes this day annually to spotlight the use of children as soldiers and sex slaves and such like that. So, as Christians and citizens of this earth, it's our moral duty to help others in any way we can. So please join the Asante Club as we make a mural of handprints, red handprints. We have a poster out there in the Citizen Center. We have red paint. Just dip your hand on the poster. And we hope that this small gesture in commemoration of Red Hand Day will raise awareness of this issue on campus and also show that Andrews University is trying to make a change. So stop by the Student Center anytime between 12:30 and 5. Thank you.
Hello, Andrews. I'm going to explain to you the duty of the social vice. The social vice president plans, schedules, and organizes events during the school year. These events include AUSA events, as well as events that are hosted in conjunction with University Student Activities Department.
Thank you. Good morning, Andrews University. Good morning. My name is Kelly Gabriel, and I'm running to be the Student Association's Social Vice President for Andrews University. Over the past 8 years, I have willingly and passionately involved myself in extracurricular activities and leadership roles in my schools and my church. I have a list of experiences in leading social events that would make you believe that I am the right person for this elected position. But as I have this opportunity to speak before you today, I would like to share with you rather the reasons that have inspired me to social leadership. I believe in crossing social boundaries and breaking stereotypes. That which is ordinary, that which is typical, and that which is expected of me do not compel me to do what I do, but drive me to challenge them instead. They are void in comparison to the world of unparalleled and unique possibilities that urge me to connect with any and all those around me. I believe in stretching beyond traditional thinking, releasing self from bonds of single ideological conformity, and instead reaching out to people, places, and ideas which remain unknown, as some may have felt unobligated, disinterested, or afraid to understand and explore. However, I believe that the customs, the doctrines, and practices handed down to me were not given to restrain me, but rather to guide and to equip me with a foundation in which to inspire hope and support through true connection through friendships within a hurting world and a hurting campus. I believe that there is more to my life than just me, that we were created to interact with, celebrate with, comfort, encourage, and understand each other. Andrews, it is through you that I have been immensely blessed during my experience at AU. Through you, I have learned to be a more effective leader, hold greater respect and awe for harmony in diversity, personally know and walk closer with Jesus, and am overwhelmed with a growing love and gratefulness for you. Because of this, it is my desire to give back to the AU student body by doing what I love most, creating and capturing once-in-a-lifetime memories through leadership and inclusive social connection. 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, "No eye has seen, nor ear has heard, nor mind has conceived what God has planned for those who love him." Andrews, I imagine social breakthrough through the unfathomable possibilities and plans that God has planned for us and this school. I want to get to know you better, work together, and find out what those plans are. It would be a humbling honor and great pleasure to serve you as your AUSA Social Vice President in the upcoming school year. I picture a new year of exciting possibilities and timeless memories at Andrews University. Will you help me capture it? Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. For a second, I'd like you to just think of, okay, I tell you, you can change one thing about Andrews University. Okay, don't tell the person next to you, just think about it, have it in your mind. Now, I think that I can guess what that is in two guesses. I think the first one is it might be something required for maybe your major or worship credits or something like that. But the number one thing I'm guessing that you're thinking of is the weather, maybe? Yes? No? Feedback? Do you like the weather? No. I hear some no's. Good. That's what I was banking on. This is very interesting to me because we actually can't change the weather short of global warming, which we're not going to be happy with anyway. I believe that the thing we really don't like about Andrews is not the weather, but our perspective on the weather, our attitudes about that. I think that we can develop a culture here where we can take control of our attitudes and our perspective and develop a tight-knit group of people who feel like we rise above things like weather or the fact that we have to go to chapel credits. Amy Cuddy does a TED Talk that I really love where she talks about how your body language and what you do can actually change how you feel and what you think. If you stand in a victorious pose, for instance, so like fist up, maybe double, for 2 minutes a day or before a test, you will actually give the impression that you are more confident than you are. People will believe that you're more confident than you are. You yourself, after time, will believe that you are more confident and you will become more confident. This tells me that the things that we do change our attitudes and how we feel. If we're intentional about our events, our ideas, the things that really knit the culture here at Andrews, we can develop a spirit that says, hey, we can handle this weather. The people at Southern can't, we can. We belong here. We're hardcore. We can be a place that is just goofy enough to have campus-wide organized intramural snowball games, or a campus-wide twister game, or kitten palooza, or maybe an Instagram competition every week. Let's be that place that high school seniors look at and are like, whoa, this is so different. I have to be there. I have to be a part of this. My goals are not simply to create the best events, but to make this place where we are the best place. So vote for me, Emily Ferguson, and I will work to make Andrews the place that causes people to say, I want to be there. Thank you.
Okay, I will now be explaining the duties of our next position, which is Religious Vice President. The Religious Vice President of Andrews University Student Association is the pastoral support for this group. The responsibilities include Friday night AUSA Vespers, Student Week of Spiritual Emphasis, and working closely with campus ministries. There are other duties that will be assigned by the president that this position will also have to fill. The Religious Vice President also will serve on various committees across this campus, including the Andrews University Spiritual Life Committee. Please join me in greeting Kevin Wilson.
Thrilled to be here this morning. I have 3 minutes to share a dream I've dreamed for more than 3 months for my personal life and the life of this campus. Because of time, I won't be sharing that with you right now. I highly encourage you to read it in tomorrow's issue of the student movement. So instead, I want to use the next 2.5 minutes that I have the best way I know how. Let's bow our heads for prayer. 70%. That's 7 out of every 10 students sitting here at HPAC who graduates from Andrews eventually graduates from the church. And I'm sure it concerns you as much as it concerns us. God, if things were to continue this way in our churches, in our campus, we will inevitably create a subculture in which people keep enjoying the privileges of being a Christian and keep ignoring the responsibilities of being one. Jesus, you are the privilege, but the responsibility is discipleship. Living a life hid with you to inspire another to share in you. Lord, I can think of less than 5 people on this campus I'll go to if I have a spiritual dilemma. We need authentic community, an influx of godly relationships here at Andrews University. We need an atmosphere where people can be just as real on Tuesday as they are on Saturday, just as authentic in nutrition as they are in New Life, just as vulnerable to pray with someone in the campus center as much as at one place. And we can't do this without you, and that's why I pray. A couple of centuries ago, you changed the lives of 11 disciples who, in a matter of 3 decades, changed the entire world. Why can't that happen at Andrews? Why can't Acts happen now? They had a 3.5-year time limit. We have none. Lord, unless you prove me otherwise, I'm convinced that the only way we can change this campus in the world is by inspiring one another to share in you through discipleship. So come, Holy Spirit, ordain us now, for we are all ministers, including the future leaders of our campus here on this platform. Fill every heart, every mind, including mine, with you, creating us a burden for that roommate, that annoying sweet mate, that teammate, that gazebo worker, that lady who cleans the hallways every morning, the girl who always sits in the back of the class, that ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, that best friend who broke trust. Only you can make this happen, and that's why I pray. Following you just isn't enough. Following idea of you just isn't enough. We want to inspire others to follow you too. In your name, amen. I'm Kevin Wilson, and as your pastor, I believe we can change that statistic one disciple at a time. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Andrew Brassington, and I'm the outgoing Executive Vice President. The student leadership here on campus is particularly empowering, and the administration looks for ways to help empower your creative ideas. And so before I tell you what the Executive VP does, I want to encourage you to join the team for next year to pick up an application in the next few weeks. Sometime in March, there are about 10 to a dozen appointed positions which need able-bodied and creative individuals to join the team for next year. This isn't often very well advertised, and so I just want to plug the opportunity for you to join the candidates up here in leading our student body next year by applying for an appointed job and position in the cabinet next year. And now the vice president shall be the chairperson of the Senate. They shall have the power to create special project committees with the approval of the Senate to study and accomplish specific tasks which require study and accomplish specific tasks which require special talents. They shall assist the president in the performance of his or her duties and shall become president if the office is vacated. Please join me in welcoming our first EVP candidate, Chikandi Kamdasana.
You are hungry. You are hungry. Your stomach is no longer making that blub, blub, blub grumbling sounds. Your stomach is now speaking to you audibly. Sour Patch Kids, ramen noodles, give me anything. So you make the necessary decision to go to the gazebo because you do have class in 10 minutes, and you will have a quiz at the beginning of the class. So you walk into the student center, you bust open the door, the glass shatters, everybody's confused, but you don't care. You are hungry. You turn the corner, and there is an astonishing, ungodly, long line. Your heart snaps in two and falls to the floor, and somebody eating a sub comes by and steps on your heart. And you're pitiful, you're pathetic. And you see somebody texting on their phone and they have a burrito out and you contemplate stealing their burrito. That's not me, that's you. You're stealing burritos. So later in the day, you're reflecting upon what happened to you. Now, what can I do? What can I do to solve this problem? And you think to yourself, I should tell the AUSA Senate. Maybe they can do something about it. So you pull out your laptop, you go to www.andrews.edu/AUSA, and you submit your issue and concern to the AUSA team. They approve, and they put it on the agenda, and they start to work for a resolution on this issue. Now, if I was your AUSA Executive Vice President, the first thing that I would do, I'm just brainstorming, let's see. I would go to the Bon Appetit administration and possibly see if there was a way to incentivize workers to want to work these rush times, these challenging times, and when they are there, that they're working optimally and they're focused and not chatting or goofing. I'm just kidding. Gazebo workers don't really do that. Don't spit in my food. And then statistically, we would look at the most purchased items from the gazebo and try to make sure that those are pre-ordered possibly, so that when students get there, maybe if you want a custom item, you can sit and wait for that, or you can just get the pre-made ones. And then this is kind of far-fetched, but also maybe looking into an online order service in which we could order our items beforehand. And these are just things that I could start to do to resolve the little issues. And I'm one who understands that. Have you ever been on your way to class and there's this huge puddle and you step in this huge mini lake and your day is ruined? Or you're up late and you're working on a paper or studying for a test and you go down to the vending machine but you don't find a vending machine, you actually find an empty glass box. And these are just the little things that literally would take about 6 conversations to start alleviating. You have to understand that you spend $30,000 to be here, and so you need a student team that is willing to have those 5-4 conversations to start working with you. And why choose me to do this? I can speak Spanish. I can speak conversational German. I'm sociable, charming, very people-friendly, passionate, driven. Working with BSEF and New Life is just evidence that I can organize, motivate, inspire a group of people to accomplish a needed objective. And I can intuitively look at a problem and find ways to fix that problem. Like I couldn't find cufflinks this morning, so I use safety pins. So, and these things, problem solvers is exactly what you need for an executive vice president. So what I need you to do is I need you to turn to the person next to you, kind of nudge him, and say, you know what, I like this guy. Here's my microphone. I just dropped my microphone. Stay classy, everybody.
Good morning, Andrews University. I can't hear you guys. Come on. Good morning, Andrews University. Thank you. I'm excited. My name is Rashan Abadisari, and I'm running for the position of Andrews Vice President for the Andrews Student Association. And the reason I'm running is because I believe in the student body, I believe in Andrews University, and I believe in the power of the Andrews Student Association. This is not a decision, guys, about 3 different candidates. I believe this is a decision about 3 different ideals and 3 different visions for this university, and 3 different goals that will lead us in the coming year. I'm speaking to you at a time when student confidence in AUSA is very low. Please, just take a look around you. Where is everyone? Why don't people have faith in our government? This past year, I've been working with AUSA as a parliamentarian, and I have seen the potential that this student organization has in changing the lives of the student body. As your vice president and as the chair of the Senate, I will work hard with senators to take decisions on issues that affect your life. Through collaborations with entities such as Bon Appetit, I will achieve solutions to problems such as the high lines of the gazebo, the high and the long lines of the gazebo during peak hours, and also the food in the cafeteria. I don't know if you guys have noticed, this past weekend there was a Cardinals Classic, and the food, to be honest, was really good. I came back to the caf on Monday, and friends, that needs to change. So, also, you guys weren't here last year, but the food prices to me seemed a little lower. So let's start the discussion. Let's talk to Bon Appetit. Let's find solutions to address these problems. On the other hand, I plan on working with the dorms, the places where you live. I work out, most of you work out, and I believe that working out is a great thing. But the prices are too high, and a lot of my comrades don't see the point in paying $80 to work out for a semester. So let's find solutions so that the girls can just go, work out and achieve the physicality, and the guys can do the same thing. We need that. We need to be a physically fit university because that is part of our principles as Seventh-day Adventists. I've been on student parliament I've been the parliamentarian for the past year. And guys, there's a population of over 2,000 people that go to this school of just undergrad students. And there's only about 6 or 7 senators that come to our meetings every week. 6 or 7 senators to represent 2,000 people. That doesn't make sense to me. Let's get people to come and be senators. Quality, quantity, to represent our institution, to get people to hear us, to hear the students' voice, to act on what they want. And I want to make Parliament and make Senate more efficient. Open forum shouldn't be 1 minute. Discussion should be long. The students' voices need to be heard. We need to act. And also, we need to be more open to ideas. A lot of ideas get shot down because they don't seem relevant. If you want a treehouse study center on campus, let's build that. Let's think about it. Let's analyze it. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? If you want a recycling program, you need funds for it. Is that a good idea? Let's Let's analyze it. Let's think about it. And also, if you need money to sponsor a ministry, do you want to apply that? And you can apply it, and you can apply for the Spirit Grant, and we can definitely help you out. Friends, give us the spark, and we will light the fire. We will change this university if you give us your ideas. As part of the larger AUSA team, I plan on supporting, number one, our president and his plan of purpose for this university. Also, I plan on supporting the religious vice president as he tries to bring discipleship through relationship and all the programs he's planning for the next year. Programs that will get you doing something on Sabbath afternoon instead of just chilling in the dorm. And how about a Bible bowl or a community prayer service? Friends, our vision is to have a better university. And that's the vision I want to give to you. And also, let's support our social vice president, because they need our support with all the events. Most people don't know what's going on, even though we have great events that AUSA plans. People don't attend, people don't go. But why? Because the message isn't going out. Communication is key. Communication equals participation. And that's what we need, my friends. We need people who are willing to work. We need leaders on this campus. We don't need people who are just wanting to run for social office so they can just put it on a resume. Friends, I believe in you. I need you to believe in me. And this student organization, we can do great things together with your ideas and our power in hand on influence on the administration. We can actually bring change to this university. Whether it be small, whether it be the gazebo lines or the vending machines, or whether it be bigger issues such as the academics and the spiritual life on this campus, friends, we can change stuff. And today I will be in the campus center handing out free sandwiches in turn for ideas. We need your ideas, because ideas cause change, and that's what I want to see on this campus. Thank you for your time, and hopefully you can give me your ideas.
First of all, I want to say congratulations and thank you to all my opponents. These men, they have great ideas. They are leaders in every aspect of the sense of the word. Now to begin, if experience were the defining characteristic of a candidate's success, I feel confident in my experiences that qualify me for the position of Executive Vice President. See, since my sophomore year of high school, I've been serving at the city, state, and even national levels. Some of my titles in the past have included Student Representative for Connecticut, Enfield, Connecticut, Board of Education, Senior Class President of Enfield High School, class size 250 students, Co-President of Enfield Youth Council, members of Mayor's Advisory Council, Representative for Connecticut State Education Resource Center, and featured guests on Connecticut Senator John Kissel's weekly talk show. But my experiences have not neglected me the opportunity to serve within this community. I currently stand as the president of the sophomore class. However, none of that is important. I'm wholly persuaded that experience alone is not the defining characteristic of a candidate's success. See, vision. Vision is the one characteristic a candidate needs to possess in order to catapult change. You see, vision, hold up for a second. I'd honestly be ignorant not to take an opportunity like this to talk about the love that I found in Jesus Christ. Can I talk about Jesus but for a moment? Every day in the officer's life is a lesson in practical Christianity. Wherever Jesus went, he was about his Father's business, reaching out to the sick, being a voice for those who were overlooked by society. Jesus, he had a vision that all that came to him might find peace, love, and security. Jesus wouldn't think highly of himself to take a couple minutes to reach down and pick up trash around campus, or wait a couple moments to open the door for someone that was passing through. Or even give someone else a couple of his Chips Ahoy if the vending machines said out of service or offline. You see, the best, most successful leaders know that their vision and Jesus' vision are the same. Sure, vision is the motivating factor that inspires students to pay large sums of money to pursue degrees in their respective majors. Sure, vision is the cold shower that wakes a student up after hours of all-night study. Yes, vision is even the muscle that powers students to plow through insurmountable inches of snow in order to get to class. Vision for the officer can be all these things and much more, but more importantly, vision is expending all of your resources, all of your talents to the service of others. I'm running for executive vice president because I believe that I can inspire the heart of service at Andrews University by working with the AUSA Senate and President to create solutions and dare to provoke quality, pleasurable, and godly change. You see, I have the vision. The question that rings and resonates within my mind is, do you? Thank you.
Now for the responsibilities of the AUSA President. The President shall be the chief representative and spokesperson of the AUSA, shall have full executive authority and responsibility for the operations of the AUSA, shall protect the rights of the AU students, shall appoint the necessary persons to serve as official representatives of the AUSA, and shall fill vacancies in any position herein, subject to Senate ratification, and the President shall be chairperson of the meetings of the AUSA Assembly. And now for our AUSA President candidate for the 2013 and 2014 year, we will invite Jonathan Jacobs.
Thank you. I just want to thank all of you for coming out today. And also to those who are watching online through ATV, welcome. I know this is great television right now. Glad to have you with us. If God is for us, who can be against us? Let's bow our heads. Lord, here we are. If you can use anything, you can use us. We just pray that you open up our hearts and our minds to be receptive to your guidance. Just lead us, be with every family represented here today. In Jesus' name, amen. 3,551. That's 3,551 minds that are seeking knowledge. That's 3,551 hearts that are affirming faith. That's 3,551 world changers. But most importantly, it's 3,551 intentional and individualized stories. When you first signed up for Andrews and you got all your forms together, then you went and you signed that loan. I said you signed that loan, that loan that you didn't think would go through, but it still did. You signed that, and then you went and you got those two oh-so evasive check marks in Registration Central. They're a witness here today. When you signed up for Andrews, I think you had plans. I think you had dreams, and I think you had expectations. Has Andrews reached your expectations? Is Andrews everything that you dreamed that it would be? If your answer is no, then today I'm here to tell you that that's a problem. But I know that that's a problem that we can fix. Through an intentional effort of listening to you, getting in touch with you, and following through, we can fix that together. We must reject the idea of constantly rejecting positivity, but yet openly embracing negativity. You can't do that anymore. We are united by a campus that is diverse not only in the flags that we represent, but also in our God-given purpose on this campus. Today, I am calling on that diversity to come together. Each and every one of you has a distinct purpose here at Andrews University. I don't know where you've come from or what made you decide to be here today, but I know that God put you here because this is exactly where he needs you. Maybe somebody up here today has inspired you to get involved with social or religious or the Senate. Maybe that's why you're here, what your purpose is. Maybe you're here because you're learning something that's just going to change somebody's life in the future. Or maybe you're here because of the person sitting right beside you. Maybe you're here because of that person that you'll see when you're walking to class. I don't know why you're here today, but I know that God put you here today. And Andrews, I just want to invite you to follow through on that purpose and fulfill that purpose for this university. So today, to symbolize that, I need you to do two things for me. One, if you have a pen, I just want you to write the word purpose on your hand. You can like Instagram that joint, send it to a friend, whatever. But I just wanted you to put it on your hand today as a reminder that we're here for a purpose and God has put us here today. And secondly, I need you to go back there and vote. Can you do that for me? Thank you, Andrews. I'm Jonathan Jacobson. I'm running for president.
Thank you, guys. Okay, and now this is when you come in. We're going to start the voting process, and this is how it's going to happen. When you walk out, you're going to see that the names of all the students at Andrews have been divided into alphabets. It's 5 alphabets for each table. And so we have from A to E. And as you walk out, there will be AUSA members out there to give you a ballot. Take that ballot and then cast your vote, and then form the line, put it in the box, and then you get swiped out, and then you're free to leave. Make sure that whilst you're voting, there are yes or no next to those those who are just like one person running. So you can just mark yes or no. You can vote with a pen or a pencil. It doesn't matter. When you make a mistake, make sure that you block it out completely, but do not make 2 choices for any position. If you make 2 choices for any position, your ballot will not count because the machine will not be able to read them. And so, yeah, that's about it. So you can just, okay. Thank you. Oh, and he's just reminding me that you can also vote online. And so if you have friends overseas and stuff, you can also tell them to vote online. But we really like it if those here could vote here. And you can start making the lines now. Thank you.